Hey, my name is Thomas Davis, and I'd like to walk you guys through my first coaching session. Okay, this is my first coaching session, and this will be part of my foundation teaching courses right here. All right, so let's get into it. All right, my name is Thomas Davis, and I'm doing this to help others who struggle with weight loss their entire life or struggle with obesity their entire life, and they're wishing to make a change. My goal with this is to make weight loss as easy as possible because I personally believe that it is. It's a journey where we won't have all the answers when we go into it, but we can set ourselves up for success by knowing that mistakes will be made, and those mistakes are a part of the learning process to help us be successful along the weight loss journey. So I've been overweight my entire life. I've My heaviest was at over 400 plus pounds, and this has been everywhere from middle school, high school, college, all the way up to a few years ago. And it all started when I decided to make that decision to take control of my health from when I got a physical. I was going to try out a new career with my brother, and I realized that I had to make a change. They were telling me that I was at risk of being pre-diabetic, different medications that they wanted you to get on, and I already had been working out, doing things. I just didn't adhere to the proper nutrition to get me the results that I wanted. So basically, I decided that right then and that day that I would make those changes, and it was scary. I didn't know if I was succeeding in the journey or not, but I did make the decision to not give up on myself and continue to try to get to the point of where I could, lose weight, lose something. And basically, that's what, this entire journey is about. You're not going to have all the answers when you start, but you can set yourself up for success by realizing that, you're going to learn on the process. Each mistake, each time you do binge, each time you do feel that you're falling off, don't stop, keep going, and basically that's going to reinforce in you your drive to get and reach your goal. I'm now, well, I lost 110 pounds in 9 months when I, decided to do this my original run from July 2024 to February 2nd, 2025. I lost 110 pounds in 9 months, and from there I just been going through the body recomposition process, maintaining that weight and getting myself down from 280 to now 265. And my mission with the purpose of this session is just basically to tackle all the main points of starting a weight loss journey. All right, my goal is to make weight loss as easy as possible, and the way to do that is to kick out the overthinking process. Also, no matter where you are or who you are, you will lose the weight and keep it off. It's a matter of not giving up on yourself and continuing with the journey. And also, I want you to realize that the mistakes are a part of you building that mental toughness and you basically learning from the process. You're figuring out more about yourself. This entire journey is you building a proper relationship with yourself and the foods that you eat and the foods that you consume and the way you treat your body and allow your body time to rest and recover and aspire to, do more. All right, the decision. I want you to realize there's a big choice, a big difference between choices and decisions. The choices are you basically leaving yourself a room to quit or leave whenever you get ready, and the decision is basically you saying that this is it, and I'm going to do this regardless, whatever it may be. All right. So a decision only leaves you one option, and that was going to be the goal. And basically, my formula that I went by on this journey has just been consistency. This is all that this journey is, a battle of consistency. And you putting it in your head that you're going to be consistent with what you're doing and the moves that you're taking. To be consistent with working out, to be consistent with improving the way that you're eating and your nutrition, and improving with taking care of your body and making those proper decisions, and, building a healthy relationship around weighing yourself on a scale and not stressing yourself out about it. So basically, that consistency will build a discipline, and that discipline is going to build the awareness, and that awareness is just you identifying changes that you can make to your diet that you can maintain over the long haul, and it's going to lead you to better habits. And that awareness is going to give you more opportunities, and that opportunity is just going to give you more of a chance to change your life for the better. All right. Now, these are things to do mentally, because as I approach weight loss journey, I approach it in a mental as well as a physical aspect, but mostly it being a mental process. And basically, mentally, you want to reflect on everything that led you up to this moment. All the things that got you frustrated about where your weight and where you are now, all those times that you maybe told yourself that it was too difficult and the times that you had success. You want to make the decision right now to not give up on yourself. You want to make the decision and let the decision sink in. You want to reflect over it and realize that, it's not going to be, easy when you start, but it can become something that's very simple and, like I said, with consistency, something that you're going to easily maintain and get you to your goal. You're going to get your weight loss goal, quicker than what you think. It feels like it's going to take forever now. It feels like it's going to take forever for you to see those results, but it happened relatively fast. The battle that you're dealing with is the mental process of it and making the decision to build a long-term relationship with the progress that you're going to make. And also give yourself time to grow in that decision, which is part of what I just said, in that statement. You're going to give yourself time to grow because basically it's a process of you learning who you are, figuring out who you are as a person, and growing into that person that you desire to become at the end of this journey or at your goal weight. And the things to do physically, well, we kind of already know what to do physically. We heard it our whole lives if you're a person who's dealing with weight, and that's basically to, kind of like get moving. But you want to, but also the other factor in that is just the nutrition. And my initial things for you to do now when starting a weight loss journey is just basically to observe your nutrition. How much you eat, the amount that you consume. You want to do this for about 2 weeks, just paying attention to how you weaken them and your approach to the way you consume the foods and things that you drink. You're not going to start portioning out your foods. You're not going to start restricting what you're eating. You're just going to pay attention to what you eat and how you consume it, and basically question why is that, and are there certain things that you can substitute in that can give you that same level of satiability and keep you full longer and keep you going. But the one thing that you can do physically this week, just starting out, is just consuming more water. It will keep you more satiated. It will clear your skin. It will cleanse your body, especially if you have a high diet that's high in sodium. It will help you cleanse your body. And also, the next thing you want to do is prioritize your rest and your recovery. And also, you don't need to join a gym starting out. This right here, just the first 2 weeks of you figuring out just how you consume and your relationship with food. That's why you're paying attention to the foods you eat. You're just gonna pay attention to the relationship that you currently have with the foods that you consume. And the only exercise you really have to do now, if you really want to start, is just walking. 5 to 10 minutes is more than enough. And I know that a lot of people are saying, well, you're not gonna get much change out of that. That's not true. If you're not doing much activity right now, any small amount of change that you're gonna do is gonna impact your body greatly, and you're gonna see those changes right away. And mostly important, you want to start when you're ready. So start moving and doing these things when you're ready. Take all the time you need mentally to let the decision sink in of you deciding to do the weight loss journey, and when you're ready and make the decision, then you start physically. All right, until next time, my next session, I want to cover calories, workouts, portion control, and basically the mental work, going back and rewiring and reframing past situations and past things that impacted you and made you think or feel or treat yourself the way that you do or the way that you see yourself. We want to work on our self-image and our self-worth along in this journey. It's all because all this plays a part in the weight loss, in your weight process and your way that you see yourself and your weight and the way that you put value on yourself. This is a journey about you building up yourself. This is a journey about you taking that next step and taking back control of yourself and giving yourself back that value that you have and that you deserve. All right, this pretty much covers my first session. I want to try to do these things kind of weekly and just go week by week with the weight loss journey. All right, peace.